This morning we were hungry and honestly didn't want any food, so we made smoothies. It is peach, mango, and cherries with blueberries. You guys! Hey guys, we did it! We did it, guys! Your home gets to stay for now. The ground is wet. If I am not focused, just enjoy the beauty, which is this place. Recently in a video, I spoke about how they want to take this place down, and last night I really saw that full force because I saw the developer and I saw him speak. Mom and her babies are right there, and her babies are almost as big as her. We did it, we fought for your home, and you get to stay here just a little longer. Bye-bye. Oh my gosh, I think I'm crooked too, but it's fine. I'm fine, we're fine. There was a town hall meeting with the developer yesterday, and I spent all day yesterday. I'm so embarrassed. We went to the beach, and I swear I thought that the Riptide red flags were up, so I told my daughter, you cannot go in past your knees, like, don't play with rip currents. We've been in a rip current before during Florence. I didn't know Florence was happening. It was at our knees, so I was able to pull her and me out because we were at our knees. This family comes in with all these kids, and I'm like, look, the flags are up, the riptides are really bad, and they were not. They were at moderate, which still gotta be careful, but like, I feel so embarrassed that I did that. I absolutely made a fool of myself. That's a perfect example of just how on edge I was, and I spent all day putting this speech together, revising it, just like reports from the IPCC and how we're destroying biodiversity. Also the fact that these ponds back here, they keep my home from flooding. During Hurricane Florence, if these ponds had not been here, our home would have flooded. Right at the entrance of where I live, there's a stop sign, and you come into the neighborhood. The water was up to the stop sign, and then it tapered down, and then here the water was up to the backs of our homes, like protected on this little island. I was not here, I left. My mom was here though. For me, it was important that I kept my child and my kitties safe. She's a brave soul, and I remember talking to her, and she was so scared, and she stayed in my room because it was so loud. She kept the home from being inundated with mold. Every day she was cleaning it. She was the only one that stayed. At that time, we thought that it was going to be a Category 4. These ponds kept our homes from flooding. That's why they were put here. This developer really showed in his heart of hearts that he doesn't give a fuck. He kept saying that they were going to put ditches and how they had a plan to move from the water from one place to another. There's another retention pond right there, and then there's another one in the very back of the neighborhood, and he was naming these streets. And I'm like, these aren't near my home. I looked it up, and they were all the way back there. So I had signed up to speak, and I looked at my mom, and I was like, I'm changing my entire speech. I was second to speak because I was there really early. And I was furious at this point because all they kept talking about were possibilities and maybes and concepts. He was like, we've been working, we care. No, you don't. You do not care. You are a bigwig developer, and all you care about is making money, tearing all this down, putting these townhomes on concrete up here. They did not mention anything of the sorts of helping us in any way. So I get up there and I call them out. I actually had a paper of things to say, but what I heard has me concerned significantly more. Aurora Place, Cardinal Drive, this conceptual runoff has absolutely nothing to do with where I live. I live very close to Highway 17. One of those small retention ponds is right in my backyard, and the other one is maybe 50 paces away, right behind that. Those two retention ponds kept my home from flooding during Hurricane Florence. If it were not for those retention ponds, our home would have been flooded out. and I am very concerned. I also wanted to mention today the concern for the wildlife back there. Not that anyone cares, but there is a humongous population of turtles. There are actually some baby mallard ducks back there and some baby geese that I care very much for. And I want to know, does anyone care what's going to happen to them? Does anyone care what's going to happen to me and my family, my young daughter sitting right there when we have another Hurricane Florence? And we're standing on our roof waving for help because no one cared. And all I hear is concepts. I don't want to hear concepts. I don't care about concepts. I want to know what's going to happen in ditches. Little ditches aren't going to cover the massive retention ponds that are back there. Hurricane Florence, the water was right at the tip of the back of my house. I am so grateful for them. And I really appreciate the concerns that you have brought up tonight. I don't know how much time I have left, but I care about the traffic as well. We do not need more homes, more stores, or more places to park. We need more trees, more biodiversity, and more preservation. Recent plans call to drown out any of that which this poor place has left. The recent 2022 IPCC, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change report, shows that, and I quote, any further delay in concern...
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
When I mentioned baby mallards, everybody cheered, and it just filled my heart because I didn't know that anybody else cared, you guys. I had no idea that anybody else gave a damn, and there were people there that gave a damn. There were a few other people that mentioned that there's one older gentleman that mentioned that the turtles come into his backyard and lay eggs. There was one woman that I knew that this was a bird sanctuary, but I didn't have the evidence, so I didn't bring it up in my speech, but one woman has the evidence. This is a protected bird sanctuary. You have to have a federal permit to remove anything here, and no one's mentioning this. So if this place gets knocked down without a federal permit, I'm filing a lawsuit. I will take everything that I have, because this is my home. I was watching this beautiful video. I will link it. It's about this man lived on this land, and he ended up getting the land because the original owner said, look, I need this area cleaned up and cut back, but it has to be done by hand because we can't kill trees and species that are back here. He was the only one willing to do so, so he got the land. And one of the llamas came to visit him and told him, you start with your backyard. If every single one of us stepped up and cared for our backyard individually, if every single one of us focused on caring for right here, right now. And I feel like I have a task, because this isn't just some little backyard. Bye, guys. This developer has already developed all the way down there. It's like this golf cart community, but like this is the old golf course. There's no golf course anymore, but they all have these golf carts and they ride around in them. And a lot of kids like to ride their parents' golf carts. And last year, a kid was riding around in one with a BB gun, and a mother mallard duck showed up, shot and killed. As a human being, we have taken this planet for granted and done with it what we want, and the evidence is so clear that we cannot continue to do so and get away with it. All of us that can have an opportunity to stand up and try.
don't need more developments, more homes, more places to park. We need more trees, more wetland, more biodiversity. The IPBEC concluded that 300 million people are at increasing risk for flooding and hurricanes due to the loss of coastal habitats. I'm just gonna wrap it up for now because I'm at a blank. Sun is out, so beautiful. Your backyard, where it's okay to be a kid.
Hello all. This was actually not filmed recently, rather over a year ago in June of 22. I have not uploaded a video since then. It is now almost September of 23. I have so much footage to catch up on, which I am excited about, but this video was like a painful block that I had to get past before I moved forward, even though it took me so long. Facing this issue has been unbearable to do for over a second more than I have to. Therefore, I have avoided it. Until now. I am ready. As ready as I can be. As of July 2023, after multiple battles and attempts to protect this land, our community lost. It is a fear which has been weighing me for years, which I will now have to face in a different form. Knowing my beautiful wildlife-filled surroundings can be paved over at any moment is tearing me apart and has been. I will be doing all that I can to provide a safe space with what I have through this major transition whenever it occurs, and I will enjoy every morsel of dirt, every creature I encounter until the day I leave this earth. And I hope you will do so with me.
You didn't say we were going to the park when you said we were going.
I need to be more transparent, don't I? Look in the sky.
Can I do another play for you guys in the sand?
Sure.
Yay, I brought my sandals too.
Thanks for watching.